We already talked about altar in the previous chapters. So prayer is our backbone. It is the backbone on which all of life's possibilities rest upon. Yes. No man can function without a backbone. Yes. So that's why Jacob changes the name from Luz to what? To Bethel. What does Bethel mean? Bethel means the house of God. Okay? So what we are talking, we're saying Luz is the backbone. Luz means backbone. Luz means alertness. So we are talking about an altar. So we are definitely talking about prayer. I'm not just deriving this from my head. Let me show you something. If we are saying that this is the house of God, okay, then during the cleansing of the temple, I want you to go and search this for your own, just to confirm it. During the cleansing of the temple, you know, that day when Jesus was driving out those people who were money changers and so on, overturning the tables, and he actually had a whip, was beating people up, okay? There is a statement which he made. He made a very powerful statement there. He said, "It is written, my house shall be a house of prayer for all nations, but you have turned it into a den of robbers." Okay, stop a bit. My house shall be called what? Shall be a house of prayer for all nations. So if we are saying this is the house of God, what is it known for? It is known for prayer. You see it now? Yes. So he made the connection already. Jacob made the connection for us there. He changed the place Luz to what? To house of prayer or a house of God. Simple. Yes. So what it means is that Luz, since Luz meant backbone, since Luz meant alertness or awareness, it means that the house of God is the house of prayer. It means also that prayer is the backbone of our lives. Yes, of everything that we are doing. So the emphasis is on prayer. The emphasis is on what? On prayer. Abraham's altar represents Abraham's prayer. Alright? That altar which we are talking about, which was erected by Abraham, that altar represents what? Abraham's prayer. We might want to say Abraham's prayer life, whatever you might want to call it. Okay? We are told he built an altar and he called upon the name of God. Today we call upon the name of God, you see, in prayer. And prayer lives on. Prayer never dies. You see, your grandchildren will also enjoy the open heaven which your prayer established during your lifetime. Okay, that open heaven which you are going to tear open as you are praying during your lifetime. Your grandchildren will also get to experience it and will get to draw from it and will get to enjoy it. All right. Right. I want you to please read verse 15 there. I love it a lot and I want you to meditate on it. If you haven't yet meditated on any scripture in your life, let's start with verse 15 of Genesis chapter 28 there. Okay? I want you to read it this way. Read it this way, okay? As you are meditating on it. Make it a prayer. God is with me and will keep me everywhere I go and will bring me into my destiny. For he will not leave me until he has done what he has spoken to me. I repeat it over and over again until it becomes a part of you, okay? Yes. Now, verse 20. Jacob's concern and vision was still bread and bread to eat and clothes to put on. Guys, whilst God was promising him a land flowing with milk and honey, Canaan, God wasn't only intending to change his circumstances just for today. God was promising him, his promise to Jacob was for him, for his seed, and for his descendants. Let's not limit God. That's what I'm just trying to say here. The vow which Jacob made was just for God. If you are going to bless me with bread to eat and clothes to wear, come on. I want to bless you with a land full of milk and honey. Oh my God. Abraham already introduced us to tithing. I think you already know it. I know most people have had a challenge with this issue of tithing. There are so many things which are being said concerning to the issue of tithing. We are not never going to force you to tithe, but I am just going to speak the truth as it is. Yes, that's why I'm here. As we are engaging in these lessons, we draw out the truth and we present it to you. It's up to you to receive it and it's up to you to reject it. Okay? So Abraham already introduced us to tithing. You remember that time when he was coming from battle. I think it's around chapter 15. He was coming from battle and he met the high priest of God who was also a king, Melchizedek. And Melchizedek spoke something over the life of Abraham, gave him bread and gave him wine. And what did you hear that Abraham did? Abraham gave him a tenth of everything which he had. That's tithing, okay? And as Jacob is making a vow to God there from verse 20 going downwards, we hear that he is saying, I will give God a tenth of all that I have. You see? Yes. So Jacob is making that commitment as well. Okay, I have people saying that tithing is a law. It came in the book of Leviticus, which was just the laws to the Israelites. No, this is actually not a law. Tithing is a principle. Oh, yes. It's a principle. And it's a principle which the fathers drew. They didn't just draw it from nowhere. They drew it from intimacy and intercourse with God. As they were interacting with God, they drew this principle. Yes, Abraham, no one told him to do that, but because he had met God a countless number of times, and because he was meeting a servant of God, he knew what to do. This is the principle, and he knew that it carried results. So Jacob also knew that when God blesses me and when God has done these things, I would definitely have to give him a tenth. Because he had already encountered this God, and he knew that giving a tenth meant something, and it availed so much. Yes, it's a key to open certain things in the lives of the people of God. You read it for yourself. I know you know the book. Alright. We'll later on hear of it, of course, in the law, but it had already begun a long time ago. Okay? It was a principle which was trapped through intimacy and fellowship with God. Let us end here. We move on to the book of Genesis chapter 29. God bless you.